So in this video, we're going to get into Moderna, and they were one of the worst stocks uh, on the broader equity markets in 2024, and they are starting the year off on the same tune as they just lowered their guidance for 2025, and as you can see in the pre-market, price is trading $8 lower. Now before we continue to look at the technicals, let's actually get into the news. So Moderna shares plunged by more than 70% pre-market Monday after the company lowered its 2025 revenue forecast. The biotech company revised its expected revenue range to 1.5 to 2.2 billion. That's a sharp decline from the prior forecast of 2.5 to 3.5 billion. The company reported achieving 3 to 3.1 million in product sales for 2024, with 1.7 billion from U.S. sales and the remainder coming from international markets. However, Moderna's outlook for 2025 is significantly weaker, driven by expected declines in its vaccine sales given weak demand for COVID-19 vaccines. Despite the lowered forecast, Moderna remains optimistic about its pipeline of mRNA-based medicines, including several new vaccines and cancer therapies set to advance in the coming years. The company says they remain focused on their 3 strategic priorities: driving sales growth and delivering up to 10 product approvals over the next 3 years, and reducing costs across the board. Alright, so this was a pandemic darling. This is 2020, and you can see price moved all the way up to, wow, $500 before collapsing when the economy opened back up. Now I do have 2 lines of interest, 2 levels of interest. You have the first one at $31. And that's where you had, once upon a time, all-time highs. And so typically resistance becomes support, and that's why I am trajecting price to move down and then bounce. And then your next level of interest is going to be at $70. You have some resistance, now support. But look at this sharp decline. This was a great setup once upon a time in May of 2024. Let's look at that real quick. Beautiful drop. Base and candles drop. Price attempts to come back, so you know that there are sellers waiting. And what happened when price returned to that level in May of 2024? Collapsed. You do have a couple of levels of interest. You have one level where there's sellers, another level where there's sellers. Taking it down to the daily chart, the price action is not ideal. However, you have to respect it. If you assume both levels as the total risk, then you could potentially see a setup of this sort. However, pre-market is saying that price is at $32 right now. So you could see this here. Could see price, then bounce, then move lower. All in all, I would stay away from Moderna. They were heavily reliant on COVID. COVID's more or less over, and so is the stock price. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.